Hi everyone, welcome to World of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie and this is the Tier 8 German tank destroyer, the premium German tank destroyer, which can absolutely shit credits like there's no tomorrow, and that's the Skorpion G. The Skorpion G, recently introduced to the game a fair while ago now, maybe even a year ago. I'm not exactly sure when it was introduced to the game, but it's been driven today by my old mate Andrew, 1996, from Tim Clan. I was in a clan with Andrew probably a couple of years ago now, and he absolutely loves his tanks, and looking at this replay he absolutely loves his Skorpion G as well. He's on Fyords, and you can see he's taken a bit of a snipey position early on in this game, and without giving too much away, this game does go for a little bit longer than the normal replay I might put up on this channel, but I tell you what, it ends up in a pretty action-packed ending as he tries to get a cheeky shot into the enemy leopard tank, but it doesn't quite present itself. Now the Skorpion G has got AP rounds, armor piercing rounds, as its standard ammunition, average damage 490 hit points with penetration of 246. If that's not enough, your APCR will give you 311 for the premium rounds of ammunition. As Andrew briefly looks at that WZ111, but is not really presenting itself. He's looking at the STA2 now, which is platoon mate Tippy, who looks like he's lost a little bit of health, has gone forward to maybe try and get a bit of vision on those tanks. The AMX 1357F, the premium Tier 7 French auto-loading light tank, has gone forward as well. T25 Pilot 1 from the northeastern part of the map takes a kill on the Leopard, and Andrew looking at trying to get a shot on that STA2. He's gets a critical hit which tracks the Japanese premium tank, and have a look at the lineup of these two teams. They're both full of premium tanks. This is clearly around about the time the T25 Pilot 1 was brought out. Tippy gets taken out by the Leopard, but Andrew does get a shot into the STA2, and this should be a kill shot. It is, and that evens the scoreboard up at 3 apiece as he starts looking around towards the heavy line. The WZ111, another premium tank on the enemy side. He's got a nice shot at his side, and even though it's only 58 hit points of damage, Andrew's going to pick up the kill on the premium Chinese heavy tank. For all the score now, Andrew's picked up 2 of the 4 kills, and he's looking to try and get a shot on that T25 Pilot 1, who looks like he's around between the buildings. Again, looking at the lineup, they got 2 T25 Pilot 1s in a platoon on the enemy side, as well as a Super Pershing, a WZ111, STA2, and of course it's World of Premium tanks in this game. And of course on Andrew's side there's also 2 T25 Pilot 1s, himself and his platoon mate in the Skorpion Gs, and of course that 1357F who's already been killed. Andrew gets another shot for 493 into the J Panther, and that'll be kill number 3 into the Achilles, a little Tier 6 British tank destroyer, as he starts focusing on the Tiger 2, which is the right thing to do, the top tier German heavy tank. As those heavy tanks start poking around the corner, Andrew's also trying to protect that IS-3 from getting taken out too early. But the IS-3 does get killed by the Tiger 2 as Andrew puts another shot into the Tier 8 heavy German tank, and he's still tracked. He's hoping his gun loads in time. It looks like it's gonna. That'll be kill number 4 for Andrew, 1996, from Tim Clan, getting rid of the top tier German heavy tank, the Tiger 2, the tank that I absolutely loved when I was going through that line. Now he's looking at the OI, that OI not silly enough to poke around while he's lit, but that J Panther doesn't look like he's going to be so lucky. 357 damage into the Tier 7 German tank destroyer, evens up the scoreboard again at 8 apiece. Andrew's picked up 5 kills and a hell of a lot of damage. The in-game damage counter not working as intended on the bottom left-hand side of the screen, but you can see he's already picked up a shitload of damage, and his WN8 already up to 3,192 going by the top left WN8 counter. 8 all the score on Fyords as the Jackson starts to move away from where Andrew is. I'm not sure what he's thinking. If the little Tier 6 American tank destroyer is probably going to be pretty nervous if he gets lit by that T25 Pilot 1. Of course, they've got the big OI derp gun on its way, and that Churchill, which can chip away at enemy tanks. Andrew looking at the back end of the British Tier 6 heavy tank. Doesn't quite have a shot. Is that shot going to land? Takes a punt. Just misses. Looks like it just went a little bit too high with the Churchill on 56%. One more shot might be enough to pick up a kill. No, he shoots the... of course, that dead Tiger 2 is what that Churchill's hiding behind. As the T-44 and the Hellcat both get picked off on the northern side of the map, and now Andrew's team down 8-10. As he continues to aim at that Churchill, he wants to get rid of that Churchill, which should protect the Jackson. No idea if that Jackson's lit, but obviously the tanks in the north, the M4, A3, E2 and the T-25 Pilot 1, they're clearly lit in the north, but there's not much Andrew can really do from back here as he aims at the turret of the British tank. Takes him for 489, gets him down to 5%, so it'll be a one shot for anyone. But of course that M4, A3, E2 got killed in the north, and it's just the T-25 Pilot 1 holding off those three Tier 8 medium tanks. Well, look, the two T-25s on the enemy side and the E4. 8-13 the score now, though it's 2 versus 7 as Andrew continues to stay in this sniping position. The Jackson, looks like the Jackson's lighting up the Oni, but Oni just out of render range. Andrew getting ready to pump a shot into the Tier 7 German heavy tank. Not quite sure yet if that shot landed, but it looked like it was nice and straight, that shot. And there's that Churchill again on very low hit points. But of course he wants to get rid of this Oni first. That's a much bigger danger to the Jackson. Takes him for another 403. Bit of a low roll on the Tier 7 Japanese heavy tank, the one that's the size of a house. And now he's going to try and pick up another kills, try and even it up a bit as he gets the kill on the T-25 Pilot 1, the new American premium tank that was awarded not so long ago via a set of missions. Now going by the cap timer, you can see that some of those mediums are rolling over the cap, but they'll be looking for kills with the score on 10-13. Andrew picks up his 7th kill, taking out the T-44 Russian medium tank. He backs into some cover because he did lose about nearly half his health, and now he's lost over half his health after falling or rolling down that little hill. Waits for his tracks to be repaired because he's already used his repair kit, and that T-25 Pilot 1 just in the wrong place at the wrong time as Andrew picks up kill number 8. That'd be, I reckon that's a Radley Walters medal. 8 kills in a Tier 8 game. 11-13 now the score, 2 versus 4, and that Jackson's done very, very well to stay alive all this time. Clearly that Jackson, possibly the one lighting up the Oni, although earlier on Andrew did have his binoculars activated, so he may have spotted the Tier 7 Japanese heavy tank all on his own. 11-13 the score now. He's having an absolute ripper and just looking for, I reckon one more shot might be enough onto the Tier 7 Japanese heavy tank, but he sees a Super Pershing. One shot should be enough. It is 258 hit points. Takes out the American Super Pershing, the T-26 E4, and gives Andrew his 9th kill. One more kill for a Pools medal should do this. 12-13 the score now. The OI, the Churchill and the Oni on the enemy tank versus Andrew's trusty old Skorpion G, and of course that Jackson is hiding behind those buildings like his life depends on it. No idea where that shot went. Clearly it must have just went a little bit to the left or the right and obviously hit one of those buildings. But now it's 1 versus 3. The Oni, is that Oni going to poke around the corner? Or even the OI? They're both going to be nice, big, healthy targets. In those bushes with his Cabinet activated, he's going to be a very hard tank to spot, the Skorpion G. And of course, with the binos, in a situation like this, you might, when I first saw he had binoculars on this tank, I probably thought, well, I'm not sure if that's exactly the right piece of equipment to put onto, but in a situation like this where it's 1 versus 3 against 3 big, lower tiered heavy tanks, which probably don't have the same view range as the Skorpion G, you could very likely outspot them and try and turn this 12-14 score into a comprehensive victory. 9 kills for Andrew 1996 and a hell of a lot of damage. As I said earlier, the in-game damage counter not quite working for some reason in this replay. I did have to change some of the settings. Maybe that's because, I don't know why that would be because, but anyway, there's just over 5 minutes left on the timer. These heavy tanks are going to have to push on Andrew to take him out, whether or not they realise he's only on 401 hit points. I'm not sure. As Andrew moves forward just to try and get a little bit of vision on these two Japanese heavy tanks, the OI and the ONI. Of course, they're both massive targets. As he puts a massive shell into the ONI for 525 hit points, he doesn't get lit in the process, and that goes to show that the spotting range and of course the camouflage range of the Skorpion G makes him maybe almost invisible. He's got the bushes there, he's got the camo net up, and of course the binos, so maybe you'd think he's going to outvision them. He'll be hoping for them to push on to him. There's the Churchill on only 5% health, and the ONI working together. I reckon I'd be trying to get rid of that ONI first, because it wouldn't take much more than one shot from the ONI to take Andrew out of the game, and that looks like it's exactly what he's going to do. The ONI offers his side, he takes him for 521. Not a bad roll for the Skorpion G, but he does get lit, and that ONI on very low health, and of course the OI is on low health as well, and we know the Churchill 7 in the tier 6 British heavy tank also on low health, but they've all rolled towards where Andrew is. Andrew's on 401 hit points. You could definitely take a shot from the Churchill. The Churchill got a very low alpha gun, but quick firing and quick aiming and all that kind of stuff, so he might, I don't know if he's risking getting spotted by poking out this way. 12-14 to score, 9 kills, 3 to go if he's going to turn this into a win. As the Churchill had no chance poking over that ridge line. Hasn't got bad gun depression, but the British heavy tank wasn't going to be able to get a shot off before the Skorpion G. That's 10 kills for Andrew 1996 from Tim Clan. And is that ONI? I don't think he is trying to kill himself. I reckon he's trying to get a cheeky flank going on. The OI, if that OI's got the derp gun, you could most certainly pick him up. The ONI manages to pull off a shot for 343 hit points into Andrew 1996, taking him down to 58. The OI's fired. That sounded pretty derpy to me. So Andrew's got plenty of time to roll around, put a shot into the side of the tier 6 Japanese heavy tank. And of course now that ONI on very low health, doing a little bit of evasive manoeuvres around the side of that peninsula to try and take this Skorpion G down. They're both on very low hit points. The first one to land a shot will certainly win this battle with the score on 14 apiece. Remember, it was 2 versus 7 at one stage, and Andrew 1996 with his 11 kills really wants to turn this into a 12 kill game, which is pretty rare. He's already given himself the Pools medal. He aims at the ONI, looks like he's spotted, but he gets the shot quicker than the tier 7 Japanese heavy tank, and of course absolutely carries it. As we have a very quick look at the post-game battle results, it'll come as no surprise to any fan of this channel. It's an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge for Andrew 1996 from Tim Clan. The Bruiser, Jeweler's Fire for Effect medal. Of course, the Pools medal, which is an absolute ripper one to get for getting 10 kills in a battle. And, of course, crucial contributions for a platoon, which destroyed at least 12. Of course, Andrew did 12 kills, all on his own in that replay. The high caliber, which is not surprising at all. And, of course, the Top Gun. Look at all these tanks that Andrew damaged and killed. It was an absolute ripper on Fyords. 6,455 hit points of damage, 12 kills, 1852 base experience. That's the base experience score. That's without the daily double or a premium multiplier or anything like that. That's his base score, 1857. And with the daily double and all that, that's why he ended up with 9,446 experience for that game. He fired 26 shots, 22 hit, 21 did damage, 6,455. 12 enemy vehicles damaged and destroyed, and that was an absolute ripper. Plenty of passages in that game. Nobody else did more. The second highest was one of the pilots with 1578. So 6,455. That's an absolutely massive score on Fyords. Handy profitability too. Of course, it's a premium tank, so you get the premium tank multiplier, and of course with the premium account, 82,801. He did have to fire a couple of APCR shots, or maybe he didn't have to, but he probably thought, we want to confirm this win and try and turn this into an epic replay for what was looking like a terrible result. 2,778 experience. Of course, that was with the double, and he also had some missions activated as well. That's why he picked up over 9,000 credits, nearly 9,500 experience, I should say, for that replay. All in all, not a bad result in the Skorpion G, the Tier 8 tank destroyer featuring Andrew 1996 from Tim Clan. A massive result on Fyords. Thanks for the replay, Andrew. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care and see you all next time.